is genetic engineering safe or not? When it comes to genetic engineering, there are numerous negative aspects that come along with it. Health risks, ethics, environmental hazards, they all come into play when using genetic engineering, according to the houseandhome.com, an article that they published in 2010. As I am sure many of us care about our health and would don't want to be endangered by genetically engineered apple. Um, According to brighthealth.com, they published an article in 2011. Genetic engineering is meant to make food crops more resistant to diseases, but the mere act of modification of the naturally selected food crops may actually disturb the delicate balance of the biodiversity which exists in nature. As a mechanical engineering major here in Cal State LA, I want to make changes to the future, not in a bad way that have a harmful effects like genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is not good for humanity and should be considered illegal due to the damages it causes. First, I will talk about the side effects caused by genetic engineering. Second, why ethics, why society believes it destroys us. And that finally, I'll talk about the environmental hazards. The number one motive of genetic engineering is harmful because of the health hazards. What is genetic engineering? Genetic engineering is a process of manually adding new DNA to an organism that doesn't have those character traits. According to brighthealth.com, in another article they posted in 2010, in a study they conducted in 2003, 37 people died, 1,500 were partially paralyzed, and 5,000 were temporarily disabled by a syndrome linked to tryptophan, which was caused by genetically engineered bacteria. Also in a magazine, they posted the magazine called Bon Appetit. There really isn't any safety testing on the genetically engineered crops. Most of the things that are found in the genetically engineered crops can be really harmful to us. As you see, also genetic engineering causes unexpected mutations, higher risk, higher toxins in food, which are harmless and can, in some cases, they test them on rats. In a couple of weeks, they end up with the cancerous cells in their bodies. And so, as you can see in this picture, this is a genetically engineered tomato, and this is an organic one. They are genetic engineering these customers, to which is this one looks better than this one, but in reality, this one's better than the genetically engineered one. Now that I have talked about the health hazards, I will move on to ethics. In genetic engineering, people believe we are playing the role of God. According to ScienceRate.com, some people in the world believe we're discovering so much in the scientific field that we are playing the role of God. We want to make change, but people think we're making changes that will affect us in a bad way. We are becoming too reliant on genetic engineering. Later on, we're going to be asking ourselves, what happens if we don't have any more ideas? How will we feed other people? Also, they compare genetic engineering to creating like a robot. This robot is from Age of Ultron. As you can see, this guy was created by Tony Stark. He was made to make the world better, but in reality it didn't. He was attempting to destroy the world to make it so better, but he never did. Now I'll move on to talk about the environmental hazards. As you can see in this chart right here, the more we use genetic engineering, we have to use more herbicides. Herbicides are things that farmers use to grow the crops. According to the Union of the Concerned Scientists, scientists estimate that plants genetically engineered to be herbicide resistant will greatly increase the amount of herbicides. These herbicides are things that can make us make our bodies think make us resist antibodies that cure illnesses. Once it's genetically engineered, organisms, bacteria, and viruses are released into the air. This is harder to contain than nuclear waste. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists in 2005. To conclude, I believe genetic engineering should be considered illegal. First, I talked about the health hazards. Secondly, I talked about ethics. Lastly, I talked about the environmental hazards. And this is a picture of people are protesting, and they are the ones picking up the crops that are damaged by being genetically engineered. What is not an experiment and genetic engineering. Thank you.